And ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I checked the numbers this time. We are at the 63rd ever episode of the Best Phone Plans Podcast, which is super exciting. Before we dive into the exciting topics of today, T-Mobile's brand new Base Essentials plan, visible adding eSIM support for Android devices. I'm thinking we throw in a poll about T-Mobile Home Internet in there to spice things up. And there's one other piece of news. Oh, yeah. Flagship phones, should you get a budget 2022 flagship, something like your Galaxy A53, or budget phone from 2022, or a flagship from 2020, 2 years old. Before we dive into all of that, of course, we got to start out with, as always, Dennis, how you doing today?
Doing fantastic as always. Stetson, we're at Thursday, which is what I like to call as Friday Eve. But yeah, no, I'm doing great. Had some good food yesterday with a buddy. Had a few little adult beverages, and it's hard not to be feeling a good little high after, getting to have a good time with friends IRL. So I'm doing good.
Yeah, that's great. That's great to hear. And I'm just pulling up some topics today. It looks like you added some notes. Perfect. Oh man, this is gonna be a great show, a great stream. Let me tweet this out too, so the fans know where to find us, and to let people know that we're live on the interwebs.
Absolutely. And can I make an audible real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
I say we start off the show right. We start off on fire, and we focus on T-Mobile, because T-Mobile has done two things that must be discussed on this channel, or we wouldn't be doing our audience justice.
Dennis, I love that attitude. I think that's exactly what we should do, and we should dive in head first. Let me say, watch now.
Well, while you're tweeting that, I just want to say hello to TJ. Thank you. It's good to see you making it, my friend. Good to see you here, Bassam Richard, Joshua, hey, American Prepper, hey, Big Term, of course. Good to see everyone that's making their way in, Baby Yoda. Good to see you guys all stopping in. It's going to be a good show here. Stetson, you finished typing your magic up?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Well, let's start off with the thing that I know you want to talk about first, which is the fact that T-Mobile came out with new plans.
A new plan. One new plan, specifically.
One new plan.
And, it's not often we get a new plan from a major carrier, right? So I think this is pretty big news. This is groundbreaking, earth-shattering. That said, Dennis, there was no press about this. T-Mobile didn't publish anything that I could find in their T-Mobile newsroom. No formal announcement that I got. It was really just sort of rumors. It was picked up. A Redditor actually leaked this. I think it was like mid last week. So you could have already heard about this a little bit early, but it is official today. And it's the new T-Mobile Base Essentials plan. And I'll pop this up on the screen right here. And Dennis, I think for this plan, T-Mobile Base Essentials, we got to cover what it is, what's included, who is it for, who's it targeted towards, and how it compares, right? So those are the big items we got to talk about. First, where do you even find this T-Mobile Base Essentials plan? I don't know if you've noticed this, Dennis. If you go to the T-Mobile website right now, there's nothing. There's three options. Your classic Magenta Max, the best of the best. You got your classic Magenta, one of my personal favorites in terms of overall value, and you got your Essentials. There's no Base Essentials plan, right? So where is this thing? You actually have to click See Other Plans. T-Mobile's hiding it. And then we get our brand new Base Essentials. And we got to pause the show already. We got to thank our good friend Lucky promoting cricket. Lucky, are you secretly sponsoring cricket? Is this like some ploy? You're like, cricket's advertising budget. Let's just super chat it.
Stetson, it's funny you say that, because fun fact, on Twitch, Burger King actually did that as an advertising play. They would donate, I can't remember what you call it, in bits to different Twitch streamers, and they recorded those things and used it for their own advertising.
Oh my God, that is genius.
Also, I just wanted to quickly say, man, I'm making a poll for this. I'm going to ask T-Mobile's Essential Plan, would you buy it? And it's going to be a simple yes or no.
This is for Base Essentials?
Yes.
I love it, Dennis. Get that poll going. I think we'll do a couple of polls this stream. So Lucky, thank you so much. And again, welcome everyone to this show. Base Essentials. While Dennis is making a poll, before you decide whether or not you would sign up, you want to know the details. What is it? It's $45 a month. This is the cheapest post-paid plan you can get from T-Mobile right now for one phone line. Taxes and fees are extra with this. And it includes 20 gigabytes of high-speed data before unlimited data up to 1.5 megabits per second. I'm assuming that's for both download and upload speeds, because T-Mobile doesn't specify here. You're getting unlimited hotspot, but at 3G speeds. My opinion, that's more or less worthless, but it's there. You get unlimited talk, text, and 2G data in Mexico and Canada. I'm assuming this is the slower 2G data, so I'm imagining 128 kilobits per second. You are getting international calling, so you're getting international calls with the simple global countries. Oh, it's a low flat rate, so keep that in mind. You do have to pay for international calls, but you do get free international texts. You're getting a year of Paramount Plus. I don't know if that's good or bad. Someone has to fill me in on if Paramount's good or bad. And Scam Shield. Taxes and fees are extra, as we covered. Netflix not included. That's been a classic perk. Video streaming at standard definition quality. That's actually 2.5 megabits per second. I've denoted this as 720p streaming on the website because YouTube, I find, can stream fine at 2.5 megabits per second at 720p. And yeah, that's the plan. 200 megabytes of domestic roaming in here. That's pretty much it. Dennis, anything I missed?
Did you make sure to highlight the importance of the fact that the 20 gigabytes of data is not prioritized?
Oh, yeah. So that is an important piece of information here. This is deprioritized. And we can see that because during congestion, customers in this plan may notice speeds lower than other customers. Okay, so you're deprioritized. And then if you go over 50 gigabytes a month, that would take a while at 1.5 megabits per second. But if somehow you go over 50 gigs and you're deprioritized further all the way down to that bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, honestly, if you're hard throttled after 20 gigs, I don't think it can get much worse. Anything less than that is just not having a phone that works at that point.
Yeah. And Dennis, I think my favorite part of this plan, I was tweeting this out. Taxes and fees, they're extra. They're actually 4 to 38% of your total bill. Isn't that nuts?
Yep.
What would you estimate this would cost? I almost wanted to sign up today and be like, guys, I got base essentials. I didn't.
Stetson, don't. You spend too much money already on plans as it is, man. Just don't. But you asked me how much do I think it costs. I think the $45 plan with how T-Mobile does stuff probably ends up working out closer to about $55 with certain exceptions depending on state.
Yeah, I'd say, like, do you want to call it just 50 just to give a nice even number?
No, because T-Mobile charges more fees than your typical run-of-the-mill MVNO, and so it's going to be more expensive.
This is true. I signed up, like, prepaid doesn't do this. I signed up for T-Mobile prepaid, and it was like $1 taxes and fees.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, the postpaid lines, like, they add on a lot.
Well, dude, you're paying for their property tax. You're paying for the CEO's pay raise. You're paying for everything else. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
But no, jokes aside, I think if we realistically look at it, it's more like 55, like 90 to 95.
Are you looking at the multi-line pricing?
Mm-hmm. Like you're telling me to add on tax and fees. It's probably like 95, like 120, and then like 140 is probably how it actually looks when tax and fees start getting tacked on there.
Yeah. You're probably right. And I think so. At first glance, like, who is this plan for? Why does this even exist? I think really it's similar to the AT&T plan, right? So if we do AT&T.com, I'm just going to pull it up quickly. We go to wireless.
While you do, I just want to say it is objectively worse than the AT&T plan. Objectively.
They refreshed their site. It's looking slick, AT&T. Wait, where did more plans? Here we go. So this is directly competing with AT&T Value Plus. That's what I say. Yes, $50 a month.
For one line, it is objectively worse.
I would agree with that. This is deprioritized data, but it's truly unlimited as opposed to your 20 gig limit. And that's the key.
And that's the key factor right there. That specific thing alone automatically makes that plan better than what T-Mobile's offering.
100%. The other big competitor is your Xfinity mobile plan. And so I'll just pull this up on bestphoneplans.net so we can take a look here. Xfinity mobile. Xfinity's unlimited plan. It's $45 a month for basically the same thing. 20 gigs at full speed, and then you get unlimited data at 1.5 megabits per second down and it's like 750 kilobits per second up. So yeah, why does this plan exist? Base essentials. It's so if a customer walks in, they want the cheapest, affordable plan. this is what T-Mobile can say. Like, hey, don't go prepaid, go base essentials. Also,
So
yeah.
I just highlighted Roger, but look, I want to focus in real quick. So there's really 2 points that need to be brought up here real quick so we can focus on things. You asked who is this for? I think the better question is why does it exist? And I think the answer to that is what you touched on with cable. I think T-Mobile made this to compete with cable's offerings because cable was basically encroaching on their lunch. And they also did it just so they could start having advertisements say that we offer the lowest rate for unlimited plans. Those are the 2 reasons why I think it exists. Now, I talked a little bit about this before on Sneeze Show, and I raised another question. Is this plan actually worth it? And the conclusion was, unless it's single line, the answer is no. And even in single line circumstances, the answer is still generally no. Because
it's just no across the board, Dennis.
Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
This plan does not allow for device financing, which is the main reason why you go with postpaid for most people. And here's the thing. You brought up Xfinity. Guess what Xfinity lets you do with their plans?
They let you finance.
Yes. And you're eligible for all the promos.
They have really good deals. Yeah. Should we just see? $300 on an iPhone you can save. Boom.
They brought back the $200 if you bring your own device over. They're doing
That's
a promo.
amazing.
Yeah, $200 Visa card per line, per device when you port your number in with them to bring your own device.
Yeah, so they're basically, Xfinity's killing it. T-Mobile wanted to say they offer the cheapest unlimited plan. It's a terrible plan. I don't think you should get the base essentials plan under any circumstances. If you're a single line user, yeah, sure, $45 a month may sound tempting, but as Roger pointed out, tax and fees are going to add to this, especially if you live in Illinois. Sorry, if you live in Illinois, that's a lot. But let's say $50, $55 a month, you might as well go with T-Mobile Prepaid. All right. And if you're going with T-Mobile Prepaid, you're getting a way better plan. You're actually getting priority data from my testing. And it's just a way better value. Tax and fees are a lot lower. So you should be going for, instead of the base essentials, you should go for T-Mobile Prepaid. If you're a single line or honestly otherwise, yeah, check it out. $50. Maybe this is like $51, $52 after taxes and fees. Basically the same plan, but you're getting 50 gigs of priority data and truly unlimited data at full speeds. So much better.
Yeah. I understand the business decision and the rationale behind it, but the plan's just not great.
You know what I think is the funniest thing, Dennis?
What's that?
Take a look at the multi-line pricing, okay?
Yes.
This is where things get interesting. The base essentials plan is more expensive than the regular essentials plan.
And that's because of the perpetual free line deal that's going on.
This is true. That's a good caveat, actually. If the free line deal went away, which it hasn't gone away in years at this point, it would be a slightly different story. But yeah, 4 lines, base essentials is still more expensive. 5 lines, no option for base essentials. So yeah, it's really a plan only for individuals. But if you look at the single line options, just go T-Mobile Prepaid. That's it.
Yeah. Or hot take, don't go with T-Mobile Prepaid and actually go with Metro PCS because you get tax and fees included, better perks. And honestly, I would say if you're looking at that kind of plan, a better plan overall.
Yeah. Yeah. And someone actually brought up a good plan. Is Mint Mobile's 3-month unlimited plan also better? Yeah, I would say it is better. I don't know. I think so. First of all, it's $35 a month instead of $45 a month.
Yes, but throttle to actually unusable speeds thereafter.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you're getting 500 kilobits per second.
Less.
It's 5. Yeah, they upped it.
Oh, they upped it. Okay.
Yeah. I think they ran into issues with the unlimited marketing. So to get the plan counted as unlimited, they increased the 2G speeds from 128 to 500 kilobits per second.
Okay, that's at least a little better. Okay.
It's a little better, And for I was saying $35 a month. It's $30 a month for 35 gigs. That's 15 extra gigs than 20. Like, you're almost doubling your data to some degree here.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Like, I think, Bassam, I'm with you. Jason, I'm with you guys. Mint Mobile, I think, is the value pick on T-Mobile right now. And then, Dennis, as you mentioned, if you want that truly unlimited goodness, that's when you're going to want to look at Metro by T-Mobile or T-Mobile Prepaid.
Fair. Okay.
That's it. That's base essentials.
We talked about this, and this is what you had planned out, but I have something that's hot off the presses and I'm actually more excited to talk about, and that is a good news taste from T-Mobile.
Ooh,
T-Mobile is bringing back unlimited photo storage within Google Cloud. It's coming back.
This is what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, so why don't you pull up the website that I...
yeah. Let's pop this. Boom. Here we go. T-Mobile brings back unlimited Google photo storage for a price. So it's not free. You're paying for it, but it's back.
Yes, it's an add-on. It's going to be $15. You're very, very zoomed in.
Yeah, here we go.
There you go. Yeah, so it's $15 per month, and you get 2 terabytes of the Google Drive storage, like the G Drive storage, or whatever they're calling it now, Google One, plus the unlimited photo storage that doesn't count against it.
Wow.
Dude, it's like having a Google Pixel, but on steroids.
Limited time offer, get your first 30 days free. That's like nothing. That costs them, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the important part. The fact is...
Okay, here it is. Yeah. Coming soon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Google got rid of unlimited photo storage, if you remember, for Google Photos. And T-Mobile customers are having it brought back thanks to T-Mobile.
This is really good.
Mm-hmm.
$15 a month. That's worth it.
Dude, that's absolutely worth it. You're getting the 2 terabytes of G Drive, like I said, and unlimited Google Bro, $15 is nothing. They could have... Honestly, I'd be willing to pay literally double, even triple that to have unlimited Google Photos back.
I think, I mean, this is such a good value. It's almost worth getting T-Mobile just for this.
Literally.
Like, you factor in all, like, the bundle you're getting, and, whoa, VPN access. Interesting.
Yeah, that's, like, no. Don't... People that like VPNs, I'm telling you right now, don't use a Google VPN. Please go with like a NordVPN or ExpressVPN or something that's not Google for your VPN service. That would probably be the move.
Yeah. Wow. And they're throwing in extended trials of YouTube Premium, Stadia, and more. You get those advanced photo editing features. I don't know if you remember this, Dennis. It's basically like Google for Google Photos. They added extra editing capabilities to Pixel phones. And for other phones, they're like, hey, this is like $1 a month add-on or something to get these extra editing capabilities. I can't remember exactly what they are. It might be like erasing people in the background of your images and things like that.
Oh, hold up. There's something I just noticed that's really important to mention. Store unlimited photos and videos in the full resolution. It's not compressed.
That's correct. Yep.
I thought it was compressed. I thought it was compressed back in the day.
No. Yeah, so they got rid of the free unlimited compressed, but if you pay for it, which you are here, $15 a month, you get free unlimited full resolution.
Dude, oh my God, Stetson, you should buy this for yourself.
I basically already have this.
Well, we have this thanks to the unlimited Google Drive, but this is better, I would argue. This is better because with Google Drive, it gets funny on some of the video formats that you can support. Whereas I
have not had that issue at all.
You haven't?
No. Also, Dennis, I think you're forgetting. So right now, for those of you who don't know, you can get a G Suite. It was a legacy, a G Suite business account. And all you needed for this is you needed your own custom domain, bestphoneplans.net in my case, and you just signed up for it. And terms said it was, I think, 1 or 2 terabytes per user per month. Per user. And then if you had 5 or more users, it went to unlimited or something like that. But Google basically didn't enforce this cap. It was basically unlimited. I've got over 20 terabytes in Google Drive right now, and we're smooth sailing. That said, Google is transitioning to, I think it's Google Workspace or Workplace. One of those two, Workspace. So that could throw a wrench in things, but let's say it was back in the good old days. It was $12 a month for unlimited Google Drive storage. And what I wanted to remind Dennis of, that actually includes unlimited Google Photo storage too.
Oh, we have unlimited Google Photos?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know this.
So
Well,
yeah.
I know what I'm about to do with about a terabyte worth of video, photos, and content. But side note, Llama Da actually has a comment that I feel like needs to be addressed. He mentions that unlimited Verizon Cloud is $15 and it works with iOS, Android, and Windows, free if you have home internet. Llama, there is one critical flaw with the Verizon offering, and Stetson, can you guess what it is that I'm going to point out?
If you want to leave Verizon, you have problems.
Yes, that is exactly ding, ding, ding. With Verizon, you're trusting Verizon and have to have Verizon to use their product. Google, you can use with literally anybody. So I could max out my storage with Google, leave T-Mobile, and still have that all be there up in Google's cloud. Verizon, I
Actually,
cannot do the same.
I wonder what happens to that, Dennis. Like, I bet if I were Google and I was doing this, they basically keep everything that you paid to upload, essentially. They keep that. And then they cap you like, hey, you can't go over, like you can't back
That's
up
what
anymore.
that's what they do.
Yeah.
Literally, because when they got rid of unlimited Google photo storage, I remember like anything you had in there was great, and then they just started counting in additional usage against your free 15 gigs or whatever you had with them.
Yeah, Dave. So great question. We're hypothesizing that
Not hypothesizing. Google has done this in the past.
Okay, yeah. So they keep everything you've uploaded, and it's just anything new you want to upload, you run into problems. So there you go. Wow, that's really good. And this is just an add-on for your T-Mobile. Yeah, exclusively for T-Mobile customers.
Yeah. Now there is one thing that's worth noting, and this is one drawback, is you can only do this on like the main account holders like line and like email. Like you can't do this for every line on the account, if you get what I'm saying.
It's like a per account as opposed to per user.
Yes, it's like the Netflix, except you can't share it.
Ooh. I mean, it makes sense. Not ideal, but it makes sense. You would almost want to do like, I don't know. There's no good solution to that. Like one person gets all the benefits and everyone else is just like for you, Dennis, this would be perfect. You're one person on your T-Mobile. Boom.
Well, since you told me that we have the unlimited Google photo storage, which I didn't know, I probably won't do it, and I'd rather just pay you whatever it is I owe you for keeping our unlimited Google Drive, but still very sick to see, and I'm just glad they're bringing it back to the everyday masses, okay? Like, this is good job, T-Mobile, actually providing real, meaningful value that I think everybody that has a smartphone can actually appreciate.
We had a question about taxes and fees. It looks like wording here, qualifying service required, plus taxes and fees for accounts currently paying for a wireless line with additional taxes and fees. So I'm reading this as if you got Magenta or Magenta Max, taxes and fees are going to be included in that $15 a month price. If you're on Essentials, taxes and fees will be extra. So there you go. This is really good news.
Dave asked, can't you share this cloud with 5 people?
So I'm seeing the 2 terabytes of storage can be shared with 5 people. And that's kind of like each person, let's say you got 5 friends. Each person uploads 200 gigabytes. Collectively, you've used a terabyte of the 2 terabytes. Like you can share that. The unlimited Google Photos, I think,
is a hard no. I know that.
Yeah, that's a hard no. So, it's kind of like your classic, like I've got an iCloud Drive family plan. And so my roommate and I are splitting it. It's exactly like this, 2 terabytes, and we both upload and our uploads contribute to that 2 terabyte total. But
yeah, I feel pretty good about that. That deserved a proper shout out. I was actually more excited about that than I think I should have been. But
this is amazing. I'm with you, Dennis. This is deservedly amazing.
Oh, Lucky coming in with another super chat. He says, to answer your question on why he keeps saying cricket, I just do it for the sake of giving you guys a laugh by saying get Cricket Unlimited.
Lucky,
Lucky, we love you. You're making us smile. And I will just say, just so that you realize, I don't actually mind you recommending Cricket. I think they're actually a really awesome prepaid option if you want AT&T access. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for always supporting the show, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Maybe we'll get Cricket. We'll do a review.
But I actually had Cricket at one point, but this was years ago when they capped at 8 meg across all their plans. But that's another story. Anyway, as we put a bow on this overall, what's our feeling? Oh, we didn't answer the poll yet.
Yeah. What's that kicking
I'm gonna end the poll here real quick. So earlier when we were talking about the new plan, it's a resounding 89% of our audience says no to getting that new plan, and 10% say yes, they would buy it.
I respect that. The 10% who say yes, please consider other options like Mint Mobile, Metro by T-Mobile, T-Mobile Prepaid.
Hey, I got another option for people that are watching. Please consider smashing that like button while you're watching. I see there is about 90 of you beautiful people. Please smash that like button. It means a lot.
Tap the like button. We love it. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's T-Mobile. I would say, look, bad news for basic or base essentials. Good news on the Google Photo front. Let's move on to some other news now.
Sure.
Where do you want to go from here? Should we do more good news? We got some visible news kicking around.
No, I want to go into your Red Pocket saga, but before we do, there was a question that I wanted to address from Joseph. I almost forgot. He asked you a question about T-Mobile Prepaid data that I think you might be able to answer for him.
So prepaid data only plans. Is this like the data bucket plans?
I think he's referring to like the hotspot kind of plans. Like the
I don't know off the top of my head.
You would be the man that would know.
I think it's like I don't know. I'm checking for you now.
He said 2 GB plan.
Like if we're doing the $15, all right, 2 gig and up, it's probably these 2 gigs for $10. I think it's a hard stop. I think it's just you get that amount of data.
Gotcha.
Ooh,
we'll do more. I'm sure we'll do more research on it if you can't find the answer. You'll probably make a nice, beautiful listing or something.
Last thing I'll check is T-Mobile Prepaid. I have hotspot plans here. So like eSIM. It says unlimited 2G data. I would guess 128
Joseph
kilobits
says
per
no
second.
calling, no texting.
Yeah. Look, I have noted that it's got unlimited 2G. I would say 128 kilobits per second. That's a guess.
Luke says that it's 128 kilobits per second. He has it.
Thank you, Luke. Coming in clutch. We appreciate it. Should get that updated on the site.
Sweet. Also, just so you know, there was a super chat that came in from Observe, so I guess I'm being overrolled. He wants to know how we feel about Visible Wireless. Since he's going that route, we should probably talk about it. But first, how do we feel about Visible Wireless, Stetson?
I think it's great. So what I love that they're doing is they're making one of the most affordable and easily accessible unlimited data plans out there. And I think that's awesome. I think they could improve their application. I think account security is an area that could use some focus and attention. But overall, especially for like a secondary line, I think it's just like an outstanding value. What's your take, Dennis? I feel like you're going to bring a different perspective here.
Oh, yeah. I think I've been pretty adamant, joking aside, Visible is a very hard not recommendation for me personally. I feel like there's just too many areas of opportunity that need to be addressed in order for that service to be a experience that I would actually have faith in putting my own number on. And that's kind of like the benchmark here. Like if you're just using Visible for a secondary line, just for some data, cool. If you just want the absolute cheapest unlimited plan on the market, period, cool. It checks those 2 boxes. For anything else, hard no. The actual data speed that performance on the actual data performance for the data itself on Visible, even though it uses Verizon's network, is significantly worse than pretty much all the 8 more reputable brands out there because of how they route their traffic through just specifically 2 data centers. So latency times are incredibly high, and honestly that dramatically impacts how you interact with your data and applications. That's kind of rough. Security is not something to undermine here. Visible has had numerous security issues at this point that have been reported on. You know, we give flack for T-Mobile when it happens, but Visible had, some pretty comparable sized issues. the whole porting in process and porting out process with Visible, there has been notorious issues when it comes to port ins and port outs where people lost their numbers. Just go to Reddit. You'll see it every day, people posting about it. And customer service is also atrocious to help you when those things do happen. It's just a hard no for me. Anytime someone thinks about Visible, I'm just like, go to US Mobile. Great app, great customer service. I would trust putting my own primary line on a US Mobile versus a Visible. That's just my take.
Yeah. Those are fair points. I mean, for that, you're also bumping up from $25 a month to $45 a month. So something to keep in mind.
Yeah, but one of them is going to give me an app that I can interact with and make it pretty much so I don't ever have to interact with a human. And the other one is going to give me probably frustrations, and then it becomes an argument about my time.
Perhaps. I like what D. Usman is saying here. Been a Visible, Verizon, and US Mobile customer for the last 2 years. Works great except congested areas. So get Visible if you have good Verizon service in your area. Yeah, like I'm kind of more with D. Usman here. Like I would try it, you know? Like why not? It's $25 a month. If it works, it's such a good deal. And if
Can
it
we
work,
agree? Can we at least agree that you shouldn't put your primary number on it? Can we at least agree on that?
I don't know. I would switch.
Okay. Also, Steve, thank you for coming in the chat. He's like, I just compared T-Mobile to Visible.
Yeah. Well, the follow-up is you compared a massive multi-million-dollar company to a prepaid, low-budget, non-retail brand. Sneed, I think that's a really fair point. You know, like Visible doesn't have the same kind of budget that T-Mobile does. And I'm not going to say that gives them an excuse, but I think if you look at the landscape of other MVNOs, like you look at Visible versus, say, Red Pocket, you know, I think you're getting on a more comparable tier level, right? In terms of service experience, customer service and support, what it's like chatting with reps, things like that. So, but yeah, look, I'd try it. Like that's my hot take. Anyway, we do have Visible news. And speaking of trying it, like Visible now supports eSIM for Android, which is great. Specifically, only the Google Pixel devices, though. So this is a win for Google. A thumbs down for Samsung. Not 100% sure if or when Samsung is coming. And hopefully this means you can do a free trial because they have the eSIM free trial for iPhone users. So hopefully that's coming soon to Google Pixel phones as well. But yeah, just an update. I like it.
So
yeah.
Awesome. eSIM. Sad that they're missing on Samsung because I would argue that more people have Samsungs than Pixels.
Yeah, but like, does Samsung really support eSIM at this point?
S22 is a hard yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's shaky. YouTube experiment. Samsung left out. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Samsung's just more difficult to develop eSIM for.
No,
I don't know if that's true, but.
No, I agree. But cool stuff. I'm glad to see Visible is supporting eSIM. I honestly think that all MVNOs should make a focus of that because it makes it easier to adopt them as a carrier option. But before I keep rambling on, we just got a super chat coming in from Franco Barrera. He says, yeah, just became a member to Stetson's regular YouTube page today. Will there ever be a community sign up link for Best Phone Plans page? Stetson, you're supposed to be working on that, I think.
Yeah, I think we should do that. Franco, I think that's a great idea. We will execute on that and we'll get some cool little icon badges. And yeah, absolutely.
Wait, Mobile Tech said pause. Why is everything hard done? What did I say?
I don't know. I missed a reference. I think the time delay between when we saw the comment and what happened was too great.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I did.
That was the Visible news. I don't know. Try them out. If they work for you, like it's a steal. And if it turns out they don't work, like switch somewhere else. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, if you watched last episode, you know where I stand when it comes to picking up. If you're not picking Verizon, you're picking MVNO. You know where I kind of sit.
Yeah, US Mobile is a premium experience. That's for sure.
There's two. There's US Mobile or Xfinity Mobile, and it really just comes down to, do you want to device finance?
Yeah,
that's really the difference. Do you want device financing? Xfinity. If you don't care, US Mobile. Oh, he clarified hard no, hard pass. What is that? I don't know.
Dennis, you're a T-Mobile guy. How many times have you switched?
I'm a T-Mobile guy?
Yeah. Well, that's where your primary number is.
Oh, Yes, but I got a reputation for being the AT&T guy. I usually am
Yeah.
hard on T-Mobile, but okay, I'm a T-Mobile guy now. Sure, let's go. Continue.
Oh yeah,
How
I was
many
gonna say like
times
yeah, how many carriers has your number gone through?
my
Your
main ones,
yeah.
they've never left.
Oh my god, that does it. Dude, mine's been all over the place. My journey, I started out first account was T-Mobile Prepaid. I was on a $10 unlimited talk and text plan. No, $15. I think it was like yeah, unlimited talk and text or unlimited text and 10 cents a minute or something like that. Then I went from that to Cricket. I joined a group of people that I met on Reddit. The Cricket number then went to AT&T Prepaid. They had a $10 unlimited talk and text plan. I think that's been discontinued. Then it went from AT&T Prepaid to US Mobile. I was vibing with them for a little bit. Then it went from US Mobile to Mint Mobile. And that's the journey. It's in Mint Mobile. It's been there. I mean, the annual pricing is just so good. And
So I was just doing the math. My number that I just used for data with AT&T and is like mainly used for 2FA for important things has been on AT&T now for 17 years.
oh my gosh, Dennis.
And then my T-Mobile number has been with them since 2013, so that would be
9 years.
9 years, which it's hard to think about that I've been with T-Mobile now for 9 years. I'm starting to sound close to my dad, who's had AT&T literally since their inception onto the earth when it comes to wireless. But yeah, that's the history of my two main numbers. They have not left. I literally would be so screwed if I lost the AT&T number because yeah. So no, there's a reason why those numbers stay in very trusted, safe places.
All right, I respect it. I respect it. Yeah, that's my story. I think we should touch on Red Pocket.
Yes.
We talked about him. So I'm working on my video, Best Cell Phone Plans 2022, and I figured it was worth it to do some due diligence, test out some of the plans I'm recommending. I really like Red Pocket's offerings. I mean, we can pull up their site just to kind of show you what I'm talking about here. Really great affordable options on the AT&T network. If we go to plans, boom, like these are great value. $20 for 3 gigs, $30 for 10 gigs, $40 for 25 gigs, $50 for 100 gigs, right? You're getting 5G access, support for Wi-Fi calling, voice over LTE, visual voicemail is $1 extra per month. But yeah, I mean, compared to AT&T prepaid, bottom line is you're getting more data at lower prices, and they have monthly plans. I'm actually going to pull up my website here for this because it's a little bit easier to see. Monthly plans, you can do annual and get even better values. $23 for 10 gigs, $15 for 3 gigs, $9 for a gig, 30 for 22 gigs, and 38 for 50. Like, it's pretty good. Actually, I think this is 100 gigs now, so I should update that. But yeah, anyway.
Well, is it
great
100
value.
because of the promo, or is it 100 permanently?
No, this is 100 permanently now. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's just like, and that's priority data.
That is really good value.
Yeah, right? Like, that's pretty good. That's really good. It's exceptional. So it's like, I'll try them out. So I meander over to my local Target. I see they have a Red Pocket SIM card on display. And I'm like, sweet, grab it. $10, BYOD. Don't have to wait for shipping or any nonsense like that. Go through the activation process. Could have been a smoother process. I remember one time I activated and I was actually going to transfer a number, and they actually wanted my social security number for that. And I was like, Red Pocket, you're a prepaid carrier. It wasn't a required field, so I didn't enter it. But the fact they asked for it, I wasn't feeling super happy about. Anyway, activation process has improved. They no longer asked for your social security number. And I was able to get set up and activated, but there was a problem. I was stuck on AT&T's 3G network, HSPA Plus. And the bigger problem is AT&T is now actively shutting that network down. So I'm like, I feel like my phone is on a ticking time bomb where it's active, it's connected, calls work, texts work, data's working, but it's just HSPA Plus. And I was like, bummer. And this seems to be a pretty common issue where when I went to the online chat, there were like 7 people waiting in line before me. They have messaging around the AT&T 3G shutdown just because of how many of their customers have been impacted. So I don't really blame Red Pocket for this. I think this is a larger issue with how AT&T is handling the 3G shutdown and some of the unintended consequences that's having. But yeah, I ended up chatting. I waited for an hour to chat because people were in front of me, chatted with Red Pocket for an hour, did troubleshooting steps, tried different APN settings, nothing. I was told they tried fixing something on their back end, still nothing. Um, Finally reached out on Twitter, had a very pleasant chat with them. So if you have to contact Red Pocket customer service and support, I would recommend hitting them up on Twitter. Great experience on my end. And they support eSIM activations now on AT&T. So I think the next step is we're going to try switching over to an eSIM to hopefully get connected to AT&T's LTE and 5G networks. And it's weird. Like I know I signed up for Red Pocket in the past, had no issues, was able to get 5G on AT&T. So just kind of curious what's going on now. But yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. As far as getting support on social media, I find that happens to be the best approach for most companies at this point.
It really is. It really is. Like, I think they want to make sure if it's being shared publicly that they can they show that they respond to it, and they're able to deal with it. So yeah, I feel bad. Like, I'm imagining their support has just been kind of overwhelmed with this kind of issue. And again, I don't really blame Red Pocket. I think this is more of an AT&T shutdown issue and how they're handling it. I feel like we've seen AT&T handle things pretty poorly in the past, especially like related to streaming services and all kinds of nonsense.
I did want to say one thing, by the way, when you were talking about the social.
Yeah.
I wonder if that last four of the social field is there in order to port out from like the postpaid carriers.
Yeah, I don't think you need it.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Nah, I don't think so.
Postpaid port? Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't think so.
You positive?
I'm not positive. I would say with 90% confidence.
Because I know for a fact that like for most postpaid carriers, like one of the things they'll ask you is what's the last four digits of the primary account holder's social, and that's in reference to the other postpaid carrier's account.
Huh. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they do that to verify your identity as one method aside from your port out PIN.
Yeah. All right. So Ethan's agreeing with you there. Look, I don't know, Dennis. Every time I've ported from all carriers, I've never needed social. So,
well, I'll use Verizon.
MVNOs, like they don't even give you the option for it.
Hold up, I'll use Verizon as an example real quick. I know that when you're trying to get a port out from Verizon to like say, let's use Xfinity Mobile as an example, you're gonna need the primary account holder's name, you're gonna need your account number, you're gonna need generate that transfer PIN in the app or by downloading I think it's #port. You're gonna need the billing address that's on file with Verizon, and then lastly, you're gonna need the last four of your social. You need all that.
Wow. I've never had that, so that'd be a first for me. I guess I can understand if that's what they need it for. I just felt weird because I've never like the activation for Visible, for US Mobile, for Mint Mobile.
But were you porting numbers from other prepaid carriers, or were you coming in from a postpaid line going into? Do you get what I'm saying?
I think for most of them, like I port prepaid to prepaid.
That's what I'm getting at here.
I think I've ported from a main carrier before. Maybe not. Look,
that's what I'm trying to get at here, though, is what I'm saying. Like when it's a postpaid carrier, it's a little bit different.
Yeah. Wow. So Dave is saying you can port out of Verizon without needing a social. Ethan's saying he's had US Cellular ask for it. So
yeah.
All right. Look, I'll forgive that. I didn't know that sometimes it was required, but I don't know. Like I don't know. It didn't seem like it should be necessary for settings. Oh, and MS actually might have a solution here under settings, data network, unselect, automatically choose network, select AT&T 4G. I tried that. I still get an HSPA plus. I don't know. I think it's the Galaxy S22 Ultra or whatever I have on there. It's just not been working for me. Oh, this is interesting. It's only in scenarios where the account info...
said for AT&T specifically.
Yeah,
asked for it only in scenarios. Clarification there.
Yeah. does not match supporting carrier's information. So I guess they're trying to use it as another way to validate. I think you shouldn't need it by default, and if a situation like this comes up, then they can ask you for it. But
hold up. There's a comment that came in, and I have a charged response that I want to give. This is going to be the prime spiciest Dennis right now, right here, okay? MC USA just asked, you guys have any experience with Straight Talk? Any opinions? Yes. Yes, I do have experience with Straight Talk. And let me tell you right now, do not, I repeat, do not stay away. Avoid Straight Talk at all costs. They are hands down. I talked about Visible. I was wrong. Straight Talk hands down has the worst customer service approach I've ever seen from a company. I was trying to help out a buddy's family member who had Straight Talk, keeping it vague here, and we had to get her account number, which for Straight Talk is normally the IMEI number of the device when you activate the phone. However, this person had to get a replacement phone, so the IMEI that we had that was like showing on the account wasn't actually the correct IMEI. So we were calling Straight Talk trying to deal with that. All's well and good. We get the 6-digit verification pin from the customer service rep. Beautiful. We're verified. We're in. They cannot tell you the account number or the IMEI, which is your account number. They literally will not tell you. So some of your options are as follows. One is to basically have the like OG like prepaid thing that you bought to activate it, which if you're buying those yearly things, those get thrown in the dumpster immediately. 2 was to log into the person's like old account that had like the thing, which we're talking about someone that's like over 70 here, like they don't know their information. And the third option is just basically get screwed. And basically it's got screwed for that circumstance. She didn't have any information written down. It was just whatever, dunzo. And Straight Talk refused to tell us it no matter what. They would not give us the account number. And then don't even get me started too about the transfer pin. The transfer pin is supposed to be easy. You're supposed to just dial text 611 the phrase NTP. For whatever reason, that did not work. If you try to talk to them and ask them to generate one for you, it is like pulling teeth. Look, TLDR, do not do Straight Talk. I'm getting long. I'm rambling. Please don't do Straight Talk. Period. Stetson, do you feel the same or not as aggressively as me?
Like, I haven't had an experience with them, so I don't want to say one way or another. I think some of their plans are reasonable and people have had good experiences. Like, I think a lot of when it comes to MVNOs comes down to whether or not you have to interact with customer service. And if you don't, you're pretty much fine. And that's mostly my case. I feel like I'm usually able to get activated. I'm fine. If you do, then it can be like it either goes well or it goes quite downhill. In your case, Dennis, it went downhill. Well, the rep sounded nice, but the ultimate issue was that the way Straight Talk
policies at Straight Talk make it so that reps can't be useful. I don't blame the rep. The rep was fantastic. Lovely girl named Maria. Super kind. She was clearly just following policies. I get that, but it's stupid policies. If the customer verifies themselves using the 6-digit verification text and can verify themselves using the 8-digit verification pin that was on the account in multiple ways of authenticating themselves, and you still can't give the information, that's just like holding the number ransom. And the problem with Straight Talk is it's not like you can go to a physical store either. They won't give it to you there either. Like, you can't just go to Walmart. So like now, look, the TLDR resolution for this person's family member that I was helping out was that we just got them a new number.
Yeah.
And they had to just accept that. But like, I'm just saying that was a terrible experience.
That's a horrible experience. Yeah. Numbers are so important. Like, if that was a 2-factor authentication number or anything like that, you'd have to spend time switching everything over, make sure you didn't forget anything. So yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That's definitely a bummer.
I mean, don't be sorry for me. It doesn't impact me.
But
I'm
just saying. It's like annoying. Yeah.
But like, yeah. Anyway, someone commented, I would prefer. Yeah, here it is. So if push came to shove, would I rather have Visible or Straight Talk? Easy answer. All day, every day, I would take Visible over Straight Talk. I was mistaken, but at least
They give you your account number in the app right there.
Yes.
And then to get a port out pin, you tap request pin and it gets emailed to you.
Yes. And that is the reason why I would pick Visible over Straight Talk, because I have a method to avoid human interaction.
And that's all you need. You just need to avoid customer service and you're having a good time. All right.
So cool. And then also, super chat.
Yeah. Anware, thank you so much for your support and your super chat. Recently ported a line from Verizon to Mint about 2 weeks ago. They didn't ask for my social security number from the postpaid account. Yeah, that's been exactly my experience. I don't think you need it. That's my hot take. It sounds like in some situations it may come up for additional verification. But yeah, for all of the porting processes I've gone through, pretty much no MVNO asks for it. So I would say it might come up more like if you go to a Best Buy or something where they can give out Verizon and AT&T in the same spot. They'll be like, hey, like, what's your social? And they'll use that for setting up the new account as well as, I don't know, transferring the number. But that's what I got. Hello to Zero Cool RF.
Good to see you back, man.
Cool. All right. What's next? What do we got on the docket? Visible. We did. That was my Red Pocket Saga. I feel bad for them, man. Like,
yeah, I'm just like highlighting a comment that's coming in. A lot of comments coming in talking about my issue that I exemplified.
Here's one.
Oh, US Mobile. Dude, US Mobile. Why?
US Mobile
Why?
all day, every day.
Why would you even think about Straight Talk? But also, I was going to say, Super Chat came in from Zero Cool.
Thank you, Zero Cool. Boom. Internet high five. You're awesome. Really appreciate it.
And double thumbs up.
Interesting. Caesar's asking if the Mint Mobile Unlimited plan is great in Chicago. I don't like paying $55 a month. I have a great answer for you, Caesar, and it's not what you think.
Is the answer if T-Mobile's good, then it'll be good. If it's not, then it's bad?
That is 50% of the answer. Here's the other 50%. You can do T-Mobile's free trial. So check this out, Caesar. If you have an iPhone, you can do eSIM free trial. Works perfectly. 30 gigs of data free for a month. Check it out. If you don't, you can get a hotspot device like this and test out the data. The bottom line here is if T-Mobile ends up being good in your market with these free 30 gigs, you are golden. You can switch to Mint Mobile. It'll be about the same experience. If T-Mobile turns out not to be good in your area, then it's not going to be a good option to switch to Mint. Simple as that.
Hey, so Dave actually posed a good suggestion that I'm going to bring up so you can look back on this and maybe we could table it for another episode. But he said we should do a tier list of all the MVNOs and see where everyone ranks them.
I love that idea, Dave. That's very smart. Very smart.
I think we've done something similar with plans, but never MVNOs specifically. So that is a good idea.
All right. Let's see. All right.
So just said your code still works for US Mobile.
That's awesome. Yeah, if you use code Stetson, I actually talked with them. I got them to refresh it. I used my own code. I signed up, or I'm signing up again this week, and so I used my own code. So that was awesome. Yeah. Okay. Next on the docket, we've got option to do T-Mobile home internet survey, talk about flagships versus budget phones, and talk about Motorola mid-range phones coming out. Dennis, what's your pick?
Ooh. Let's do budget versus flagships.
Sick. All right, budget phones versus flagships. So here is the premise for this. You guys know I'm a big fan of Swappa. Big fan of buy and use phones. I've bought and sold on Swappa. You can get right now a 2020 flagship phone. We're talking Galaxy S20 Ultra, Galaxy S20 Plus, Galaxy S20. I forget what iPhone came out. Would that be iPhone 11? 11 Pro? I think
in 2020. Are you asking about 2020?
Oh, it was iPhone 12, wasn't it?
No, in 2020.
2021, we got the iPhone 13. So therefore, in 2020, we got the iPhone 12.
You're right.
But it really probably would have been like iPhone 11. Anyway, you can get not a new, but you can get a 2020 flagship phone, top tier, the best of the best of what 2020 had to offer for, let's say, around $400. You could also get a new budget phone, Galaxy A53. That's the only one I had on top of my head. So I'm going to pretend to list a few things and you get the point. You can get a new 2020 flagship or excuse me, a used You get a 2020 flagship or a new 2022 budget phone. Which one is best? And Mr. Who's the Boss actually did a superb video on this.
Also, what are we defining as a budget phone? Like, what's that price range?
Just say like around $400, $400-$450 for this.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Yeah. So he just launched this video. I'm not going to play it because he did an epic job and he deserves your view as well. But he kind of compared, right, your flagships versus your budget phones. And he did categories, camera, software, things like that. So I guess, Dennis, do you have a guess of which ones did better?
Like,
or what would you pick?
Well, I think it's going to heavily depend on the phone company, but I would generally say that the flagship from 2 years ago probably does better from a hardware and other standpoints like that, camera and performance and stuff like that. But the budget phone is going to get probably better software support. And also, because you're buying an actually new phone, you got the perks of like actual warranties and other things that go along with that. And arguably, too, there's a good chance that budget phone, if we're talking about that $400 range, is probably going to have better wireless support as well when it comes to the newer bands, which is also important. So if you're asking which one would I buy, I would take the newer budget phone, over the 2020 flagship personally. And I would do that for basically companies like Samsung. I would do that for companies like, I would not do that for companies like Apple. Apple, I would just go new. Actually, no, Apple you can go use. Samsung, I would go new. Motorola, I would go new, and Google Pixel, I would go new. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. So after watching Mr. Who's the Boss video, Dennis, you nailed it. So a couple things to note: the new phones, the budget phones, are going to nail battery, software, especially with Samsung's new commitment to software. It's like 3 years of updates or whatever, and probably modem performance. That said, the flagship phones are going to have way better hardware, even in benchmarks. Like the phones here absolutely crush the budget options. They have way better cameras, and because the phones are big, battery life was typically not an issue, but it is like you might need to replace the battery and figure out how much that costs. Personally, I'm an old flagship guy. I would rather have the flagship experience of 2 years ago versus a budget experience of today. And I feel like it comes down to the feel of the device, what the overall experience is, and things like that.
But I feel like there's an argument to be had here real quick. I feel like specifically when we talk about mid-rangers, because I think $400 is more around that mid-ranger category here. A mid-ranger generally tends to have comparable CPU performance to a flagship of 2 years ago, depending on the processor inside.
I would encourage you to check this video out because
I'm saying comparable. The word is comparable.
I would encourage you to check this video out.
Like, I'm not talking about a benchmark, Stetson. I'm talking about day-to-day interactions. I'm not talking about playing hardcore games. I'm talking about like your texting, your Reddit, your Facebook, your YouTube, your X, Y, Z, and the third. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, I still think the old flagships, man, they're awesome.
All right, but hey, we got a super chat from Austin. He wants us to pivot again.
Pivot the conversation.
First off, Austin, thank you for dropping a miniature bomb.
Internet high five.
He says, let's talk about Verizon Home 5G. I have 2 lines of service. They said since I only had one mobile line, the second home internet service didn't qualify for the $25 price. Question to Dennis, do you think 2 lines for $75 is good?
What would that be per line? $37.50, $38 for Verizon Home internet.
I mean, I don't think it's horrible. I mean, you're getting in this. It sounds like you're getting internet at 2 different locations for $75. That's
pretty good. That's actually like the Home Plus. Oops. $35. So it's not quite there, but that's not that bad actually.
Yeah, it's not that bad at all. And also other key point here, it's still cheaper than T-Mobile if you got 2 T-Mobile home internet. So
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, Verizon's fixed wireless home internet solution, in my opinion, is a good bit better than what T-Mobile is currently offering, just because the hardware is more stable. And so, although I still have my own gripes when it comes to fixed wireless home internet in its current day iteration, for the reasons I've talked about in a myriad of shows across this channel and Sneed's channel, I don't think that's actually terrible value for what you're getting. And as long as your use case isn't things that are super latency dependent, I think it's a fine pick. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I guess my question to put this in perspective is what is the use case and what are the other options? Like if your other option is paying Spectrum $50 per house, then Spectrum's not worth it at all. Like Verizon 5G, still plenty worth it, especially if it's meeting your needs. Dennis is like grimacing. Dude, there are other reasons people sign up. Actually, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a poll. I geared it specifically towards T-Mobile home internet because I feel like more people would have it, but maybe we should do it towards fixed wireless. Like, would you sign up for fixed wireless service just to check in with the audience? Do a poll. You know,
why don't you do your exactly how you had it? Liked it, disliked it, haven't had it yet for fixed wireless in general.
I like it. Let me pull this up.
You underestimate just how much I like my fiber and hardwired solutions.
I don't underestimate it. I think you underestimate the willingness of people to switch to something if it provides a better experience in terms of customer service, ease of setup, activation, ease of canceling, and just the overall experience beyond the internet performance. So that's what I got. All right. How do you enter this thing? Channel content.
Side note, Llama said he had the Verizon Home Plus and Comcast Xfinity right now, and he unplugged his Home Plus because it was a mixed bag. Oh my goodness. Austin went from a mini bomb to like a freaking nuke here. Thank you so much for the incredible generosity with the $50 banger. He said, okay. To your points about base essential, the longer you stay with T-Mobile, the better the price you get. With Line on Us promos, it makes it more manageable. I challenge you to port your number to T-Mobile for a month and see how it compares. Wait, who? I already have T-Mobile.
Yeah, Dennis already has T-Mobile. Austin, I have your T-Mobile line, but you want me to port my Mint Mobile line? Is that what you're saying? Like, see how it compares? Test out the postpaid service? Should I try out the base essentials plan? Is that what you're suggesting right now?
Because base essentials also doesn't qualify for Line on Us. So I'm confused.
It's true. I don't think it qualifies for anything.
Yeah, so I'm confused.
But let me actually get that. I'm going to do a poll.
Also, I've been more positive about T-Mobile recently because they got him better in Pittsburgh. I've been actually giving them props.
Yes, you should.
I also just praised them for the Google Drive storage.
You think, so to clarify, I should port my Mint Mobile number to T-Mobile, test them out for a month, see how it goes.
Rip, guess I'm not going to be talking to Stetson for a month.
Port to base essentials?
That's what he's saying.
Oh my golly.
Guess I'm not going to talk to you for a month.
Dennis, it can still make phone calls. I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Dave, coming in clutch. The base essentials qualifies for one promo. Free Revel 5 Plus with trade-in of any phone. Wow.
Oh,
Austin,
wow.
Correct. Oof.
The Revel
my
Plus.
Friend, the $50 kind donation actually covers about 1 month of service on base essentials. So maybe it's worth it.
It was a calculated donation.
You won't do it.
Well, Stetson, wouldn't that mess up like if you port out your main number, which is on Mint, to there, wouldn't that mess up your whole like year subscription model?
Oh
thing?
yeah, it would tank Mint. I also have like a bunch of referral credit on Mint, which is honestly the number one reason I don't switch right now. Is I referred a few people from my videos. And let's see, refer a friend. I have. Oh, I don't think this. I'm either signed in the wrong account. Yeah, I'm signed in the wrong account. I have a bunch of credit. It's like a couple years worth. So I think what I do is sign up for a new number and use that dedicated on the phone to test it out. But yeah, wow. Base essentials. I don't know. I think I'd be curious what the activation costs are like right? Because you go in, I signed up for T-Mobile Prepaid. It was $10 for a SIM card and the service
It's
plan.
30.
So we're looking at $75 for the first month. Woof. And then they'll auto renew.
Oh, wait. You said you're going to do it in store, Stetson?
Yeah.
Don't forget your in-store helper's fee or whatever they call it. That's like another $30. Oh my God, Stetson, you don't have a choice anymore. Austin, thank you for the incredible generosity. Oh my God. Whew. Stetson, you don't got a choice anymore, man. If you don't do it, I'm gonna fly out there and freaking strangle you, man. You gotta do it for Austin now.
Oh my God. I'm just having a moment to take it in. Austin, I was cruising, man. I was enjoying that Mint Mobile, no bill, chill life. Everything was great. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm doing it. I'm porting over. It's happening. Do you want me to? I'll do it tomorrow. Put it on my Friday calendar.
Dude, can you make it a shorts? Can you just make the submission a shorts so we can actually get video evidence?
Video evidence, yeah. I'll have to censor my number. I don't know if that counts for anything.
That's fine, but if you could just do a shorts of you doing it and post it on the channel so people can see it, that'd be great.
Yeah. All right. Fair. Austin, fair. Let's see it in action. You got it, man. All right. We also have to do our poll. I got to the back room and then
hold on. We got something more important to touch on besides the poll. Wait, what are you laughing at?
Jason D also poured it. Oh my God.
But he said Xfinity prepaid versus fixed wireless.
Xfinity prepaid, is that an option? What do you mean by that?
At Comcast, they offer a prepaid internet option. It's actually real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk, it's actually great because it's prepaid, so if you don't pay it, it just turns off. But you get prepaid cards, or you can do it online too, where you can get a $7 refill or a month refill. It's $45 a month. You buy a little starter pack up at Walmart, or I think you get it from Boost mobile stores too. It's I think it's $80 for the modem plus your first 2 months of service, and then it's $45 a month thereafter. And you get 50 meg down and 10 meg up on it now because they increased the speed. So it's 50 down, 10 up, $45 a month. It's not a promo. And it doesn't require a credit check or anything like that. It's actually not bad. It's actually great value.
I like that, Dennis, for the simplicity of it. I would almost want to do that over signing any kind of commitment.
Also, Jason D corrected me because I forgot Comcast over provisions. Forgive my blasphemy. 60 down and 12 up with the over provisioning. So,
oh my God.
But yeah, it's not bad. I'm just gonna say, real quick, hot take from me. Although I say Comcast Internet's great, and that's totally fine for a single user, maybe even a very small household, that is an area of speed where I, Dennis, would very much so feel physically constrained. I would definitely not want to go less than 20 upload at this point. I really would struggle with anything less than 20 now that I've joined fiber, and yeah, that would be rough. And then I would want at least 100 download, because 60 is kind of slow for larger downloads. But that's not bad for 45, I suppose, for prepaid. Anyway, Stetson, you got the poll ready? I'm sorry.
Boom. Poll is sent. All right. I just did a poll. It's live now. I want you, the audience, to cast your vote. What do you think of T-Mobile Home Internet? Had it, liked it, haven't, or excuse me, I lost the questions. Had it, disliked it, haven't had it yet, wouldn't get it, haven't had it yet, would consider it. Curious what people vote, what people would think about it. Just gauge the audience. And yeah, we'll see. We'll let that run. And I'm curious.
So while we're letting that run, and since we're talking about internet, I saw a comment come in earlier that I wanted to answer before I forgot, and I'm just scrolling up before the crazy bombs got dropped in the chat.
Austin coming in clutch. Can't wait to see the review from Stetson. Oh, you got it. All right, my question. Do I sign up online or do I sign up in store?
Well, if you do it in store, you can't record it.
That's a true process. That's a true fact.
And if you do it in store, you're going to pay extra money for no reason.
Well, that's good to report on.
All right. Well, go give some poor store rep their commissions, their conversion rates, as they say.
Dave says you cannot sign up online.
Oh, call in by the phone then.
Why does this not sound like a good experience?
Because it's not. Wow. Anyway, I found the comment I wanted to address. It came in from Anwar. He asked me, Dennis, is Xfinity Gigabit Pro one of the only fiber providers that gives you a dedicated, non-shared bandwidth? I think I remember you saying it on Sneeze Channel. So, Xfinity is not the only provider to give you a dedicated fiber connection. There are some very small, very niche municipal providers out there that do a very similar setup to this. In fact, I'm pretty sure Nextlight is akin to that based off Pete's information he gave me, especially when you get their 10 gig
business
service.
Yeah, it might be like business enterprise,
but on the grand scope of things, especially when we're talking about companies that actually matter in scale, Xfinity is the only one that I'm aware of that offers literal like metro grade fiber. Like, this is not your grandma's internet, this is not your gamer best friend's internet. This is literally an enterprise connection essentially being sold to a residential customer. It is like you get 2 static IP addresses. You got the main 3 gig connection that's hooked up to an SFP plus port to the Jupiter equipment that they rent out to you and force you to rent for it to be terminated at, which over provision actually gets close to the 4 gigs. Then they give you a secondary redundant RJ45 gigabit connection for an extra gig of bandwidth, which maddening. And then, like we said, 2 static IP addresses, truly limited. In fact, I recommend you watch an episode on this channel where we had someone on from the show that's from Pittsburgh that actually has the service. The man's literally running a whole server out of his house, and he's also got a dedicated speed test server. And dude, it's unlimited as it gets when it comes to data. It's very nice, but it's also kind of expensive for consumers. Like, looking at it, $320, not bad at all for that kind of speed, especially when we're talking about dedicated bandwidth. Because in reality, if a company actually bought it, it probably would cost them closer to like $5,000 a month for that kind of speed. For a consumer, it's incredible, but $320 when you can go get Fios for like $90, and even though it's not the same quality of stuff here, I mean, a gig of symmetrical is a gig symmetrical. You know. I mean, there's a reason why I haven't got it. My Fios is working great, and it does the job for me. Would Dennis love to have it if he was a rich man? Absolutely. I'd be watering at the bit, okay, to have that. But realistically speaking, I don't need it.
Yeah, I'm with Dave. Dave, I think you've had some great comments this stream. Thank you for all your sharing. Who needs gig internet? I have 100 by 100 and never have any issues with it. Dave, you're 100% correct. I think I'm big on symmetrical. Okay, I'm big on upload. The 10 megabit per second upload speed you're getting with Xfinity and a lot of those cable providers, I'm a big thumbs down on. But Dave, to your point, you got a symmetrical 100 by 100 connection. I think you're golden. I think that's like a great minimum threshold for good performance for everything you need. So that's what I've got. Dennis, should we check in on the poll? Also, Austin says in store.
Let's let the poll kind of simmer a little bit here, because we're getting a lot of comments in.
Wow. Very interesting results. If you haven't voted on the poll already, go ahead, cast your vote. It's about T-Mobile home internet. Liked it, didn't like it, would get it, would not get it. Let me know.
It's a follow-up from Anwar here. He says 3 gig up symmetrical internet is the only other thing he has. Like, the cable internet he has is already the best he can get, other than Fiber Pro in his area. Look, man, if you're having problems with speed on the cable, it's probably not good. Sure, I would check to see if there's other things. But look, man, if you really feel like you're gonna need it for, I don't know what you're doing specifically, Anwar, but if you really feel like you need it and you can actually get it and not have to pay like 20, because remember, there's an upfront $1,000 cost, and I think, what did he say they cover up to on the show? Was it 8,000 something?
Yeah, it's $8,000 of fiber that's being run.
No. They cover up to 8,000.
They don't. That's the thing. Like, they'll cover if the fiber they have to run is $8,000 or less, they'll cover it. If the fiber they need to run costs over $8,000, their new policy is they won't cover any of it.
Right. So, like, you might run into a situation where you're paying like $20,000 to have fiber ran in construction costs, and that's going to be expected to be paid up front. And once that process begins, you're looking at like half a year where that money is just now sunk in where you could have thrown into like an investment account or something and made some actual money off it. So look, if you feel like you need it and you want to justify it, do what you want with your money, my friend. I'm sure it'll be the best darn internet you ever have. That being said, and this is coming from the man himself that literally loves fiber like no tomorrow and was able to use over 30 terabytes of internet last month, I personally couldn't justify it unless I literally had like just terrible internet in general, like all the time. Basically what my files was 6 months ago. So that's just me.
Yeah. Interesting. Do we talk about Lamadaw's comment?
No, I didn't catch it. What did he say?
This is interesting. So Lamada saying I'm paying $60 for Xfinity, 400 down, 10 up, 13 milliseconds ping. Great by all means. Gave Verizon Home Plus a try for $35. Got 1 gig down, 160 up, 8 milliseconds. Heavy ultra wideband. Kept Xfinity. That's interesting. I'm curious, Lamada, why did you keep Xfinity? It sounds like from what you told me, you're getting better speeds and performance on Verizon for just a little over half the cost, and you kept Xfinity. So I'm curious. Maybe you're like Dennis, you want to back up. That's cool. I understand. But yeah, I'd be curious. I think Verizon's offering.
No, he had an earlier comment where he talked about unplugging it and keeping Xfinity earlier on in the chat. So
okay, I got you.
And I'm going to take 2 guesses as probably why he kept Xfinity. One is because this goes back to carrier grade NAT types. Even if the ping time's low, can't do any port forwarding or any control. And if he does gaming, having an open NAT makes a big difference when finding like actual players to play with. And then number 2 is that, remember how I talked to you about peering and routing and everything like that? There's a chance that the ping times when he tested to a Verizon server looked great, but when he went to go ping, say, a game server over in Chicago, the latency may have been higher than the Comcast connection, since Comcast actually has fiber that goes directly point to point to the data center over in Chicago, which is where a lot of game servers get hosted if you live in the semi-ish northeast and get connected to those game servers. So that's my guess. Oh, here we go. Follow up. I game and rubber band in the game. Ping was inconsistent and service dropped in game. Boom.
There you go. You know what? I respect that. That makes a lot of sense, Llama. If you're gaming, maybe fixed wireless isn't for you. I guess, yeah, that's a very fair point. Just checking on how the poll is simmering. Lots of votes. Very interesting results. We're still running the poll if you want to cast a vote. See.
Anwar followed up again. He said, Xfinity quoted the price for me. It's a $500 deposit, $300 a month from the last rep who checked for me. I don't need 3 gig, but on their 1400 megabit plan on good equipment, I get 200 to 400 down and 10-ish up. What is good equipment? Are you hardwired? And have you had a technician come out to check your signal levels to make sure they're within specification for the DOCSIS standard?
Yeah, the 400 megabit per second plan, only getting 200 to 400. That's not right. Like you have a bigger problem here than coax. Getting Gigabit Pro will not solve your bigger problem. Yeah. Wow. I almost want to try Verizon Home Internet, actually. I was thinking about it because there might be a way to sign up, even if your address is in an area.
Not enough for my house, something. He came really close to going past 1.2 terabyte limit. That would hike it to blah. And he said 300 doesn't sound too bad. I mean, look,
that's a fair point.
Fiber is fiber. If you want it, great. I'm just saying that you should take a closer look to actually resolve some issues, because I'm willing to bet money that you probably have a actual issue within your house somewhere along this chain that you're able to get the 1400 by 35. And if that happens, that's half the cost of paying the 300, and it might meet your needs better than going up to gig. Like, literally, I'm Dennis, and I'm well outside the exception, and even I can't fully make use of all that sweet, delicious bandwidth that comes with the Gigabit Pro. And trust me, I am crazy when it comes to internet. I literally bought my house on the basis of finding a place that had 2 good options that were wired. So I love my internet, and I'm saying, like, think it over, okay? Also, side note, it's $320 because you have to rent that Jupiter switch, and that's $20 per month. So small correction. But continuing on. You wanted to touch on the poll. I am sorry.
Oh, yeah. I was touching on the poll. I was saying it's interesting if you want to vote. That was a great option. We've got 61 votes. Looks like 80 people, 90 people watching right now. So cast a vote. Let me know if you've had T-Mobile internet, you haven't had it, you liked it, you disliked it, you would consider it, you wouldn't consider it. And while you're there, hit the like button, show some support for the channel. We'd really appreciate it. Also, we got to say hello to Insane Fire 10 YouTube for dropping a chat. Oh, this is really interesting. Eduardo. So I think Eduardo works at Walmart, and this is where all the competition is happening, right? We got our AT&T prepaid unlimited max plan. We've got our new T-Mobile Base Essentials plan. This is where the competition is happening. Eduardo saying Base Essentials is going to sell pretty well at Walmart, considering it's the only non-MVNO option that people there will go for. So that's a really good point, really good consideration. I think, yeah, I'm going to sign up in store. I'm going to port my Mint Mobile number. I'll see what I can record of the event. But there you go. And Anwar, thank you so much for the super sticker.
He gave us a thumbs up.
A red thumbs up. I wish we had a way to like pull those into StreamYard, but we don't yet. Cool. Anything else? I guess. Oh man, I'm already thinking of like, what am I going to port to after T-Mobile Base Essentials?
I got one for you.
I think I'm going to do Patreon. I'll do it on Patreon. I'll do a poll and I'll vote like where the number goes next. And that's how I'll review all the carriers.
I was going to tell you Boom Mobile.
Oh no, Dennis, why would you do that? Oh my God. Dennis.
Anyway, hey, man, there's so many questions coming in. I'm loving these questions because
this is all like internet stuff.
I know, but
there was internet news.
This is my home. This is where I feel safe. Anyway, Andrew asked me, hypothetical, 1,400 down and 35 up versus 700 down and 120 up. Which do you choose? Stetson, go.
Sorry, I zoned out. 1,400 down, 35 up, 700 down, 120 up. Oh, easy. 700 down, 120 up. Not a question. Not even
100% same deal. So I've talked about this before. Let me go into a little bit of explanation real quick. So I've talked about this before on this channel and Sneeze channel and probably everywhere else I appear, that there is a point of diminishing returns when it comes to raw bandwidth. Just upping the bandwidth doesn't immediately mean that your internet experience is going to get better. That point of diminishing returns is somewhere around the mark of like 400 to 500 megabits per second. After that, it's really hard to start distinguishing the differences when you have those increasing amounts of speed, because at that point, your bottleneck is no longer your home internet connection, but the wider internet as a whole, because most websites and servers and stuff that you visit aren't going to be able to transmit gigabit consistent bandwidth to you. And even if they could, your hardware might be the limiting factor, such as the read and write speeds randomly writing to your hard drive, for example, if you're using a hard disk versus like a solid state. So whereas having that extra upload provides a huge amount of benefit for me personally, because I like to do backups to Google Drive. I like to upload to YouTube with Stetson here with the live streams and many other things where just having that extra upload is nice. You were laughing. I don't know if I said something funny.
No, it's Austin. Stetson loses his number. Dennis, you said, "Oh, Boost Mobile," and I was like, "Oh no!" And
I actually said Boom Mobile.
Boom Mobile. Excuse me. Stetson loses. Yes, that is absolute worst case scenario. We're like butting heads. Dennis got into like the nerdy internet talk, and I'm like, JC Hernandez, Mobile X is live. Yes, it's telecom related news. This is true. Mobile X is live. Hopefully we'll get a test sim. Maybe I'll port to that next. Who knows? I do want to come in with a tangentially related subject to what we were just talking about, Dennis. You might like this. Okay. You know, I try and find news. You might like this one. You might not see it coming. Your gears are already turning. What could it be? It might be the fastest internet you've ever seen, Dennis. Boom. Rogers to launch an 8 gigabit per second internet speeds this summer, the fastest in Canada.
My mind has not been blown, and it's not the fastest internet I have seen for. I have talked about 25 gig internet that you can get for roughly $70 over in Sweden on Sneeze channel.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But to my brothers and sisters up and north of me, welcome to the world of high-speed internet.
Yeah, we're sorry your cell phone plans are expensive, but at least your internet is good.
Yeah, but I've talked about this before when 5 gig came out from AT&T as well as 2 gig from AT&T, and the honest answer is I'm not actually jealous. Like, I like legitimately, like I mean this sincerely, Stetson, legitimately, I cannot think of a single use case for me having 5 gig or let alone 8 gig in present day today, I want to emphasize today, would benefit me, because at that point, even if there was a web server that magically existed that would give me that speed, my hard drive on my computer would be the limiting factor here. Like, my hard drive literally cannot write, the random write speeds for a hard drive literally cannot meet the type of internet speed that I'd have when downloading that file.
That's nuts.
And
You need
Google
more
Cloud
SSDs.
caps out at way less than that if I want to back up to the cloud. Like, legitimately, like 400 meg, that will do you. That will do you just fine.
Well, I wanted to round this out by saying the Rogers Ignite Internet will be available in Ontario, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland. So for whatever reason, the U.S. doesn't work out for me, I know where I'm going.
Yeah, I've already thought about going to Canada. Not for the internet, but free healthcare.
Yeah. Oh my God. Eric Kennedy, is Cricket Unlimited worth it? Where's Lucky? Where's our super chat from Lucky? I should super chat ourselves and just yeah, Cricket is great. Okay. Their unlimited plan is awesome. I want to specify though, it's their unlimited more plan. So let me pull this up for you on the Cricket website.
While you're doing that, insane, I do have SSDs. I actually have like over 10 terabytes of solid states in my machine, but I also have like a good solid, like, what is it now total, like 72 terabytes of just hard drives, a lot of which are sitting inside of a NAS, and that's where most of my bulk storage goes. So anyway.
Yeah. All right. So Cricket, it's the unlimited more plan, truly unlimited data. It's unlimited premium data that won't slow down based on your usage, 5G access included, taxes and fees included, $55 a month with auto pay, 15 gigs hotspot. The cloud storage, don't get that. HBO Max with ads if you like ads, or HBO Max. Canada and Mexico usage cannot exceed 50%. It's a banging plan. Honestly, this is one of my favorites. The AT&T prepaid unlimited max plan is also great, but I believe you have to sign up at Walmart. So this is easily $10 extra, but it's easily like a number
and
two,
taxes, fees are included, and it's only $55. Where did you get the $10 part here? I thought it's only a $5 difference.
The unlimited max is $45.
I thought it was $50.
No, the old plan was $50.
Well, yeah, I actually agree. That plan is great. Also, side note, Stetson, did you watch the new Batman movie on HBO?
No, sorry. Lucky. Thank you, Lucky. You're amazing. Oh, my God. You're so amazing. Yes, Cricket Unlimited is worth it. Yes, 100%. I agree with Lucky. Yes.
Did you watch the new Batman movie on HBO?
I saw it in theaters, but we think our theater projector was out of focus, so I actually want to watch it again.
So I haven't watched it yet. I didn't know it was in theaters, by the way. I thought it was just on HBO Max, but that is like...
It literally came out like 2 months ago in theaters.
Really?
That's how movies work, man. They come out in theaters first.
Well, dude, I was used to the whole COVID thing where like day one releases were coming on HBO Max for like whatever, like Wonder Woman or whatever it was. Yeah. But anyway, people vote on this poll. I'm going to keep addressing comments, but make sure you're voting in the poll. We definitely want your input. I want to touch on a comment that we got kind of past, which was back to Andrew. Because he said it's not a hypothetical for many customers, himself included. T-Mobile is getting 650 down and 120 up. Spectrum is giving him 1,000 down and 35 up. Good to know you agree. And this is where you're wrong, because just like I talked about how raw bandwidth or bit rate isn't the only important factor when determining, quality internet connection, right? Higher doesn't just equal better experience. There's another factor with internet: latency. How your data gets routed, consistency, ports that are open on the internet provider, all these, there's so many things. Basically, I've said this before, and the simplest way to explain it again is like this: your internet can only be as good as the weakest link in the chain. And unfortunately, the current iteration of T-Mobile Home Internet is just not there. But oh my God, bombs are being dropped. Santiago coming in hot with a pair that is just waving flags and destroying a city with the $50 super sticker.
I'm going to pull this on stream. We need a way to pull this on stream. There it is. Wait, that's the end. I'm in the behind the scenes. Let's go to the front scenes. Here we go. Oh my God.
You're struggling, homie.
Yeah, well, now I'm listening to myself in the past. That always throws me off. I don't know if you've ever done that.
I have. It's kind of
really hard. All right. This is Santiago. Thank you so much. This is it. We got a pair waving flags. Buildings are being smashed. Oh, I love the energy and excitement, and my face right there. Love it. So thank you so much for the kind super sticker. That was really awesome. Cool. All right.
Also, when we were talking about Mobile X, Andrew commented that Mobile X doesn't show signal type. It doesn't show 5G or LTE, and that drives him nuts, that nerd, and I agree.
Andrew, if this is true, I haven't seen Mobile X.
They posted a picture on Twitter where it's like that.
Okay, wait, hang on. Let's pull it up. Is that a phone thing? Is that a... So first of all, I would totally see this as a Peter Adderton move. Like that, Peter's like, people don't care about this. 5G is already overhyped. There's no 5G killer app. It doesn't matter anyway. Just say Mobile X. The experience will be great. So that's totally something I can see him doing. That said, yes, as a fellow nerd, that would drive me absolutely bananas. I get a weird amount of satisfaction seeing a 5G icon in my status bar. I made a 5G sweatshirt. I have a 5G phone case. Guys, I like the 5G, okay? I'm all in it.
There's a more pressing issue here that we're not addressing. That little 5G or LTE indicator is how I recognize whether or not my phone is using Wi-Fi or cellular data. Because sometimes my phone, because you have Wi-Fi assist turned on, and sometimes the Wi-Fi will disconnect, and that's when the icon shows back up for your data connection. That's how I know. Also worth mentioning, but when I don't see an LTE icon, I think my phone is broken. Or not broken, but like I think I'm not actually connected to a cell tower. You get what I'm saying? So like that seems like a weird indicator to remove for no reason. If he really doesn't like showing LTE or 5G, how about at least just having some type of status that shows it's on? Maybe it's just literally an X beside it. If there's an X, you're connected and there's data working. And if there's no X, it's not.
I mean, on iPhone, it'll 100% say, like, it's not even a question. So let's see.
We got another super chat, by the way.
Oh my god.
Two super chats actually. Lucky coming in with the super sticker.
Lucky,
it's a little like cute fox dog baby where it's going like ha 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 ha.
Dennis, you're making like memeable moments. We're gonna get Dennis acting out all of the stickers.
Hey, listen, you guys throw the stickers, I'll act the clown. You guys can clip it and do what you want. It's all about having good fun. I don't mind. I love you guys and appreciate the support. Seriously, it's thanks to awesome people in the community that we're able to do cool projects, which we really gotta finish up that intro that we've been touching on. But anyway, thank you, Lucky. And then Anwar came in and asked, what would justify that Xfinity fiber cost? Well, it really comes down to personal use case. I mean, if you value it, you worked for that money. If you value it and you deem it to be worth it, then it's worth it. Sneed actually had a great little like analogy. Like he doesn't wait later. He doesn't buy cheap. He just buys it now if he needs it type of deal. And that kind of mantra that Sneed has and carries with himself is pretty accurate. Like, look, for me, I'm lucky. I was able to get Verizon to fix their stuff, and I have great service from them. I can't complain about the fiber. I get what I pay for. It is fantastic. For you, I could tell you're having issues, but my reason why I'm trying to have you second guess yourself here is because I'm not sure if you're getting this because you actually need the extra upload speed or you're getting it because your coax service isn't working. If it's because your coax service isn't working, I would first attempt to fix that before spending extra because, as I've said, that fiber product is insane. It is incredible, and I would literally be like a dog looking at a juicy steak have it in my house. But I want to make sure you're going into it for the right reasons, especially because I think you also have to sign a contract, and I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyway, Insane came in with another super chat. Sorry, Stetson.
Testing. Is this thing on? Thank you, Insane Fire 10 YouTube. And yeah, I would to Anwar to add to what Dennis was saying. It sounds like getting this fiber is going to be possibly like $1,000 extra per year for you. Like it is a big purchase decision. So I would consider asking like, will it generate $1,000 extra in revenue having these faster symmetrical speeds? Like, will it be worth it in the long run?
Do you even have the equipment to take advantage of the speeds?
Yeah. What other things will you need to purchase to leverage these new speeds and what you'll be getting? To me, for an average consumer, it sounds overkill. So I would say maybe not. It sounds like just upgrading your existing equipment with the plan you're currently on will yield better results at a lower cost. So I would
before even touching upgrading your equipment, diagnose where the problem is.
That's smart, Dennis. That's smart.
Like, i.e., do you have a DOCSIS 3.1 modem? Yes, I do. Great. Have you tried going into looking up Netgear or Eris or whatever the piece of equipment is and entering the IP to get into the admin portal to see what your DOCSIS channels look like? Are all of them connecting and stable? Is there a bunch of uncorrected code words? Have you tried talking to Xfinity and actually having a tech out to look at it? Have you tried hardwiring it in? Have you tried replacing the Ethernet cable? Have you tried a different device, or is this across all your devices? Is it Wi-Fi? If it's Wi-Fi and this is happening, then there's your problem, right? Wi-Fi is kind of finicky. I mean, Stetson, even in your house with that banger of a router you have, you get worse Wi-Fi performance on the first floor because your router's up on the second floor, right?
It's a true statement.
And your Wi-Fi performance, even when sitting in the same location, varies across device. Your Pixel gets closer to, like, I think it's like 700 meg, where your iPhone caps at like 400, 500.
Yeah, that sounds right too.
So, like,
True statement.
weakest link.
It's a true
Also,
statement.
Sneed coming in with the truth and the facts. Let's get those likes up, good people.
We need like
Thank
an
you,
animation. All right, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to touch on this poll that I've been postponing for a while now?
Dennis, I think it's time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ending the poll. Get your votes in 10, 9, 8, 7. Vote on T-Mobile Home Internet. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm ending the poll. The poll has ended. The results are in. Dennis, let's take a look. Boom. I'm pulling it up on the stream right now. This is what we got. T-Mobile Home Internet. Haven't had it. Most people have not had it. We're looking at a combined 46% plus 29%, 75% of people haven't had it yet. So a lot of people haven't had it. 46 would consider it. So that's pretty strong. And 29 would not get it at all. Totally understandable. Had it liked it, 15%. Had it disliked it, 7%. So it seems like of the people who have had it, about a third of them have actually not been happy with the service. So that's understandable.
I just want to say, to the benefit of the doubt and based off things that I know, I believe that fixed wireless can and will get better. All right, because I know people think I'm just like the naysayer all the time. I know it can and will get better, especially when we start talking about millimeter wave. I'm also just saying, and if anybody tries to argue with me otherwise, I don't care. I'm plugging my ears. Nothing, read my lips, nothing will ever be better than fiber, period.
Oh, it's true. Nothing will be better than fiber. I don't know, Dennis, I think you said it's complicated how internet works, all the different factors that go into data speeds and performance. I would argue it's actually quite simple. Does the internet work for your needs? If it does, great. You got it. It's working for you. Call it a day. If it doesn't, get something else. So
we got another super chat coming in, which, by the way, I love the name as an avid South Park lover. It's Scott has diabetes. Said,
okay.
Sorry, I know it's off topic, but what's the website your friend made that rates cell phone service by zip code? He's trying to figure out he's trying to help his mom figure out what's better in her area. Thanks, guys. You're the best. No, Scott, you're the best. You gave Stetson a good smile on his face, and you're supporting the show. Thank you.
Yeah, Grizzlegore got it. You guys love it. So Coverage Critic, it's made by my friend Chris. It's probably one of the most awesome sites out there. You literally just enter your zip code. I'm in 80501. Search. Boom. Tells you the best network. It's given Verizon a score of 8.1, AT&T 7.8, and T-Mobile 7.7 here in Longmont, Colorado. So yeah, slap in a zip code, see what's best in your area. Dennis, what's Pittsburgh? Can you, what's a zip in Pittsburgh? Whatever. Okay, we'll stall while Dennis thinks of that. But yes, check it out. Another great resource is Root Metrics. This is going to give you more of a real look at the coverage map as well as root score reports based on your location. So let's say over here, you're in Tucson, Arizona. Click on that. You get the report. Verizon is going to be the best there according to Root Metrics.
Here,
and you can also check out the, where's the coverage map? Root score report. Did they get rid of the coverage map? I
got a zip code for you, by the way, when you're ready.
Wait, am I missing it? What's happening? I think they got rid of the map. All right. Do you see the map?
I just put a private chat. No.
Okay. Well, you got a zip code for me.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's check. I'm curious. Coverage Critic, is it going to pull AT&T for Pittsburgh? Search.
Oh, you switched one password.
Oh, 8.9. 8.6 for AT&T, 8.2 T-Mobile. It's ranking Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile in that order.
Well, that makes sense because the zip code I gave you is also an area where Verizon C-band is looking pretty spicy and tasty. So
that'll do it. So there you go. Anyway, that's the site. I honestly, the Root Metrics thing has perplexed me. Like, I think they got rid of their map.
D. Usman says their coverage map is down. It'll be back in a week. Which, speaking of downtime, Hold up. Speaking of downtime, there's something we have not talked about, and I can't believe we missed it until this point. But Stetson, did you know what happened yesterday?
Dennis, what happened yesterday?
Verizon had a massive outage across the nation, primarily affecting mostly people on the West Coast, but was also impacting people in Philadelphia.
Wow.
Did you not hear about the network outage?
Well, no. I mean, the network was down, so I wasn't really getting any news or any form of communication.
Bro, Carlos posted a thing up on YouTube about it like a few hours later after I saw it, and there was posts on Twitter, there was posts on Facebook. Dude, it was, as Austin would say, huge.
That's exactly what he said.
Well, I tried my best to
I got
impersonate
it. It's a huge outage. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah. All right. And yes, thank you, Carlos, for the info. Ookla took it down. Boo. Oh, okay. Actually, this could be good news. Sorry, I'm like bouncing all over the place. This could be good news because positive mindset here. This means they're rebuilding it and making it way better. Okay. That is hopefully what this means. And let's see. Dude, all of the comments disappeared from my StreamYard. All right. Anyway. All West Coast. Wow. Ookla took it down. The app doesn't work either. This is huge news. This is more important to me than the Verizon outage. I'm sorry, everyone.
yeah, you can't place calls 911, touch with your family.
Yeah, no. Fine. Get it out. Coverage map goes down. What? Like, I'm talking about this in some of my upcoming videos. I'm gonna have to delete that part. I'm gonna send everyone a coverage critic. That's it. Like I don't know what to say. So there you go.
Can coverage critic sponsor Best Phone Plans?
Official statement by Ookla. Okay, hang on. Ookla takes down route metrics coverage map.
I'm kidding, by the way. Sort of.
He's not kidding. I don't even know. All right, let's do news. Nope, I got it. I don't have anything. I need a link. Wow, people are sharing issues on Verizon. Wow.
Well, I believe it was resolved, I thought, but maybe it's still impacting.
That could be Scott. Not Scott. You could be having other issues.
I would recommend, I know this will sound stupid, but in all sincerity, I'd recommend start by rebooting the phone, see if that helps.
Yeah. Airplane mode is also good. Whitney Foster Johnson. Hello, I heard about T-Mobile Base Essentials plan. I don't think it's worth it. We talked about it at the beginning of the video. Our conclusion was that it was not worth it. That said, I will be promptly signing up and porting my personal primary number to T-Mobile Base Essentials tomorrow at my local T-Mobile store.
Yes, Stetson likes pain. And more importantly, Austin basically held up a firearm to his head and basically forced him to switch.
Thank you so much, Austin. D. Usman said this is the link. Thank you. Is it getting blocked on YouTube? Because sometimes that happens.
YouTube and its auto filters.
Let's see. Boom.
Oh, wait. Oh, hold up. I just noticed something. I can't believe we didn't touch on this. Eduardo said, Stetson, if you're going to add a line with BYOD on Base Essentials, why not get some money for doing it? Costco will give you a $300 gift card for doing that.
Is this really true? Where do I find this more information?
Well, Stetson, I have a Costco membership. I don't know if I told you this, but I bought one. After I went to Vegas and saw the wonders of cheaper gas with Costco, I bought a Costco membership when I came back. Yeah, honestly, I love Costco's. I've been converted into a Costco lover, folks. Don't tell anybody.
I think I have to sign up in store. I think I got to give T-Mobile the best chance possible here.
Oh, Peter says we should coordinate the T-Mobile store.
Oh, interesting. Peter, tell me more. Or I'll message you after this. And
dude,
yes.
We've been getting so many beautiful comments, and my brain feels like it's got like ADHD right now. There's so many things that you guys are saying that I want to talk about. It's making it feel like these 2-hour shows that we're just too short.
Yeah. Oh,
we'll have to really come back and touch on these, but.
Dave's got a great question. Do you think people will easily notice getting slowed down to 1.5 megabits per second on Base Essentials?
I do not think they'll easily notice.
Yeah, so Dave, couple of quick facts here. Fact number 1, average data use in the United States, 14.6 gigabytes as reported by Ericsson's 2020 mobility report. Technically, it's 14.6 gigabytes in North America, but very similar. Fact number 2, average data use for people who are unlimited customers on Magenta Max, on Verizon Get More Unlimited. Average data use for those customers is only between 18 and 20 gigabytes per month. Considering Essentials, considering Base Essentials has 20 gigabytes of high-speed data, most people will not notice the slower speeds because they'll never go over the 20 gig threshold. And those who do will be like, oh, my phone's slow, and probably not really notice it that much. So,
sorry, I forgot I muted myself. Also, more importantly, even if they do go over the 20 gigs, 1.5 meg, as we tested when you were throttled back in Denver with Xfinity, is still usable for doing the things that most people are going to do, which is Google Maps, Spotify, iMessage, and even videos. The video was already throttled at 1.5 meg, so like, what's the difference, right? Most people don't run speed tests, so
you're totally fine. Cool. Guys, I actually have to get going here. Dennis, if you want to answer some questions, cool, but like, it's now...
I do, but I also got to get going because at
9. Wait, that's now.
Wait. Let me
9 is now.
Let me double check.
Panicking.
Hold up. It was 9:30. 9:30 is when I got to get going. I'm sorry.
So,
at 9:30, I got to get going because I'm going to be appearing on Steve's channel. But yeah, I'll be down to answer some questions. If you want to go,
cool.
I'll take
I got to go. I love talking with all of you. Thank you, everyone. Please take care. Dennis is going to be here. If you talk about fiber and internet providers, there's a reason why. He's your man. He's the expert. All right. I'm going to peace out, and I'm actually not going to end the stream because that would be bad. So, yeah.
I'll end it at 9:15.
Peace.
All right. See you. Okay. It became the me show. Cool. Is there a better layout that doesn't make me look? Huh. Well, I guess I'll just have to do this layout because I can't figure out how to do a better one. Anyway. Actually, I do have the Costco Visa card. It's sick. I actually have a gift card that they gave me and I still need to use. I always forget to use it. Let's see. What else do we got coming in here? I don't want to really talk about credit cards right now because I'm not too well informed on credit cards. I'm sorry. Let's see. Sorry, I'm reading through your guys' comments as best I can. And I'm also trying to organize. And Dennis, tell us about the beanies, bro. Well, this beanie specifically I got when I was in Colorado. I got it from Alpaca Connect. They're super legit. Jason, thank you for the super chat. Dennis, the ISP guy. Thank you. I appreciate that, my man. Let's see. There was a comment from like way earlier that someone was talking about like Google Fiber was like sending them like a change of address form. I didn't hear about it, but if you're still watching this, I'd be down to hear more on what's cooking with that one. But let's see. Just post your questions. I'll read them to the best of my ability. My reading comprehension is decent, I suppose. Let's see. We already answered these questions. Sneed, who will win the war? Costa Rica or Canada? What war are you referring to right now? I haven't heard about any wars. Okay, this is a great question I can get behind from Seven Lucifer. Where do I see the future of fixed wireless plans, networking, market share, etc. in 5 years? All right, so 5 years down the line, at least specifically in the U.S., I still see cable ISPs still controlling the vast majority of markets. Like as far as like total internet connectivity market share is concerned, I still see them being like the majority at like maybe roughly like 65 to like 70% of like home-based internet customers still dominated by like cable. I see like fixed wireless being at like roughly like maybe 10% ish, give or take. And then I see fiber filling in the rest of that void. And the reason why fiber still has like such a small market share is because fiber is just not available to a lot of people, and that's like a big problem. And it's slow to build to any meaningful amount, and it takes time when they enter markets to acquire customers. Actually, maybe I'll put cable down at like 60%, and then I'll give fiber a little bit of an extra edge there. But I still see fixed wireless sticking at like roughly that 10% market share in 5 years' time. As far as networking goes, I see huge improvements across the board when it comes to latency. Across the board is like a focus instead of just raw bandwidth improvements. So like I see cable possibly getting their latency on average across their network down to like 6 milliseconds as like the average and possibly less. I see fiber managing to get their ping times down to like literally like 2, 1, and 0 milliseconds fairly reliably, especially since there's this new hollow point fiber tech, which that reminds me. I tweeted this thing out that I saw some light reading. There's this like startup company, I can't remember the name of them. They came out this new like design for fiber. It's like a hollow point fiber design, and what it allows fiber to do is it allows the fiber to basically the light for the fiber to go through the air instead of solid glass, and significantly reduces the latency for traveling over long distances as well as increasing the throughput. And Comcast managed to achieve some incredible performance over a 40-kilometer run, which because of that new tech, I think fiber is going to get a lot better because of that specifically. And as far as plans go, I see data caps having to go the way of the dodo bird. They can't stay. I hate them. I really hope they go away either thanks to competition or legislation. And I definitely see the speed tiers continuing to increase. I think before we know it in 5 years' time, the lowest speed tier offered by like cable or whatever will probably be like, I think the bare bones minimum tier offered will probably be like 300 meg. I honestly do. If speed tiers keep increasing the way that they do. If everything was fiber to a millimeter wave site, would I be a bigger advocate of fixed wireless access? Yes, because millimeter wave performs much closer to what cable does of today. And millimeter wave is the only one that's been able to get the consistently lower latencies and provides enough throughput to actually support enough customers in an area. That being said, there are still things that need to be addressed on the actual network core for wireless networks for how data gets treated and routed, because mobile networks today were designed with phones in mind first, not home internet replacement. And honestly, when it comes to fixed wireless, and I know it's going to sound odd for me, but I actually would have more hope with a Dish at the current iteration of time providing a fixed wireless product that's more fiber and cable competition than like Verizon at the moment, since everything's still getting routed through that LTE core. Yes, Sneed. We got like 10 more minutes. I know. Wow, Anthony, you got 500 megabits per second down with a 1 millisecond ping time at the SeaTac airport. Was that over wireless or what was that with? I just said get rid of data caps. Yeah. I agree. Data caps are BS. I didn't say they weren't otherwise. It was SeaTac public Wi-Fi. Dude, that's insane for public Wi-Fi. They must have had like 10 gig fiber going to that thing. And Andrew, you are right. Networks were designed with calls to minds first, back with 1X and 2G days. 3G is when they started thinking about data connectivity, and then LTE was really the first network to really do all the multimedia and all the things that we love today. But I'm feeling pretty good about this episode. I see things sort of starting to peter out. Oh, I guess I'll answer one more question. Do you think we still haven't ramped up to the full potential LTE, specifically with backhaul capping the max possible speeds? For instance, AT&T getting 400 meg off peak, so probably 500 megabits. Yeah, no, we never actually met what like LTE could do here in the stateside. South Korea did it. We did not. Like, there was plenty of room to get the speeds that we're seeing, for example, that T-Mobile is seeing on N41 today on 5G. That could have been done over LTE Advanced and other ways to handle things. So yeah, we never really reached where it could have been. There was a multitude of factors, whether it have been spectrum limitations, density limitations, backhaul limitations, as you're touching on. But at this point, it's better just to go all in with 5G. Yes, and I am glad they got they decided to put it off, thankfully, because for the first time, lawmakers actually took up to the coals with with Comcast trying to do that during the pandemic. The state attorney generals from my state, I think it was Maryland as well, were like really like pressing them hard about not letting those data caps happen. And fingers crossed that they never do come to the Northeast, because data caps are BS, and I feel bad to my peers that are west of me. Data caps are nothing but a money grab. Plain and simple, point blank. There's no reason for them to exist. They sell you a bit rate. It is their responsibility to make sure that you're able to get that bit rate, and data caps don't solve any of the problems that they would want to solve, whether that be congestion control or anything else. Data caps, not great. Oh yeah, Sneed touched on something too. Verizon, when they deployed their CBRS, was able to really get some decent LTE speeds. Do I think the 3G shutting down with will be shutting down with T-Mobile prepaid started? Yeah, if 3G shuts down, that's going to impact all T-Mobile customers, MVNOs, and prepaid. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're using 3G on T-Mobile, if T-Mobile shuts down that 3G network, you're kind of SOL kind of deal. So, yeah. 7 loose for what new spectrum is coming to 5G? Is the unlicensed 5 GHz and 6 GHz spectrum going to be any good? I feel like we should table that question, save it for when I appear on the Sneed show, because Sneed's going to have a lot more insight and information and takes when it comes to that. But we will table that for Sneed. But guys, I think I'm feeling pretty good about things. I'm going to start wrapping up here, get myself ready for the next show. I want to thank everyone that watched, everyone that smashed the like button, everyone that subbed and hit the bell notification, and most importantly of all the super chats and stickers that we got today. Shout out to you, Lucky, Obserp, Austin, Lamadraw, Lamadog, Grizzagore. Or wait, some of these that are highlighted aren't actually super chats. I'm sorry. I was highlighting super chats throughout the show, but Stetson actually took my stars away. Well, thank you for all the super chats anyway, and everybody that subscribed and watched. You guys take care. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.